Hey guys, so sorry I've been MIA lately for the past 2 weeks. I think it's been. I've missed from posting videos and some of you have been reminding me, but I was camping in Yosemite for the first week that I didn't post a video, and then this past week I started working full-time again and school's back in session. So I'm not full-time school, I'm just part-time, half-time, whatever you want to call it, 6 units. So it's not super overwhelming or anything, but being that I work 40 hours a week, it's really hard to film on Wednesdays and post on Wednesdays now. So I'm hoping to do 2 videos this week to hopefully make up for it. So yeah, the first video that I'm going to do is Thinner, as you can tell by the title. And I wasn't actually going to do a review on this one because I kind of watched it just for myself. Sometimes I get in this mode where I have to post a video, and so I only watch horror movies for the channel, and so this is one that I was like, I'm gonna watch it for myself just to watch a movie, because I kind of lose that when I have my channel going. So I watched it for myself, and it's been about 2 weeks since I've seen it, but I thought I would share with you if you've never heard of it, because it's now one of my favorite movies. So Thinner by Stephen King. It's obviously based on a book. He wasn't like, I mean, he was kind of he was in it. I love when Stephen King makes cameos in movies. It is hilarious, and I love him so much for doing that. So, Thinner, oh my gosh, one of the best movies I've ever seen. It was actually recommended to me by one of my coworkers, and so I saw it was on Netflix and decided to watch it, and it is absolutely amazing. It's one of those horror movies that's not too gory. It's another one that's great for those of you who might be beginner in getting into horror. You're not ready to jump right into the deep end yet. It's a really, really great warm-up. I believe it was made in the 90s. I could be mistaken. I haven't really checked anything since I've watched it 2 weeks ago, so I've kind of spaced a little bit. But I do remember the plot, so I'll get into that. It's about a man who is overweight. He's about 100, 150 pounds overweight, and his wife is desperately trying to get him to go onto a diet that he'll stick to. He always breaks his diet, and he's trying, but he just can't lose weight. And he's also a lawyer. So one day, he is on a date with his wife. They're in the car going home, and she begins to give him roadhead. If you don't know what that is, it's a sexual thing in the car. Basically, he gets really into it and closes his eyes, and for about 3 seconds, and when he opens them, there is somebody in front of the car. Now, there are these gypsies that are in his town, and they're doing like this carnival type show. It's really weird. There's like a fortune teller and all of that. So they're in town, and he ends up hitting and killing one of the female gypsies. She's like this old woman. So he kills her, and so when he goes to court to figure out if it's manslaughter, he gets off with nothing, and his friends helped him, the judge helps him to get off without manslaughter, without any time in jail, without any fees or fines or anything like that. So when he's leaving the courtroom with his wife, he's obviously depressed about the situation because he just killed somebody, but he's happy to be off of the chopping block, whatever you want to call it. Not on, in jail. So as he's leaving, he's getting into the passenger side of the car, and the oldest male gypsy comes up, and apparently he's like 150 years old, and the guy or the girl, the woman that he killed with his car was actually his daughter, and even though she was like 80 years old. So anyway, this guy is probably like 120 or something. He comes up to him, touches his face, and just says one word. He says, "Thinner." And the guy's like, what the heck just happened? And he walks away. Doesn't know what the heck's going on. And so it's the next day, and he's lost like 10 pounds in a day or something. Some weird number that he just lost weight. And so he's really excited. He's like, wow, this diet's actually working, finally. And so, as you can probably guess, he gets thinner and thinner, and it gets to a point where he's like skeletal. It's really disturbing because the makeup in the movie was actually really good. The actor wore a fat suit during the beginning of the movie, and then as he's getting thinner and thinner, he gets to his normal size, and then they have to do makeup to make him look thinner than he actually is, because he didn't lose weight or anything to play the part like Christian Bale in The Machinist. That was crazy. He didn't do anything like that, but so they had to use a lot of makeup, contouring to make his bones protrude. A lot of that. That was really amazing. For it being a 90s movie, the makeup was really good. The fat suit wasn't believable all the time. There was a little... it was weird, but it was the 90s, you know, whatever. Although the Santa Claus was in the 90s, and that was a really good fat suit. Totally unrelated. So, his friends, his coworkers, the judge that helped him get him off, was also cursed. They were also cursed by this male gypsy. And so, one of them is really crazy. The gypsy had said lizard, and he had started turning into a lizard, and it's really, really creepy and disturbing. You know, Stephen King movies can get so disturbing, and his was one of the worst. And then I don't remember what the other one, I don't think it said what the gypsy had whispered to him, but he ended up getting like these tumors all on the right side of his body. It was just swelling, so many bumps and lumps and tumors all over. It was disturbing and gross. It was bad. And so, I mean, the end of the plot isn't really that exciting. He tries to avenge. He knows that actually, the end was actually really good. I just remembered it. He goes back to the gypsy, begging him to take the curse off because he's, like, so skinny. And he's like, you know, I won't take it off. I won't. And I'm not going to ruin the end of it for you about what happens. It is so funny. I was, like, screaming at the TV. I was like, hell yeah, that's what you do. That he got her so good. I loved it so much. The ending was amazing. So it was hilarious. It was just like a Stephen King book would end. Totally typical Stephen King movie, and it was so good. Now, a lot of people don't like Stephen King movies, which I can understand. They're sometimes not translated how the book would be. So I get that, but I'm a huge fan of Stephen King movies and short films and all of that. I love Creepshow 1 and 2. Let me know if you want me to do little videos on those because I own them, so it's really easy for me to watch them. But I love those, and I love all his movies. Everything I've seen from him, I've loved. Is there anything? No. Yeah, I love everything. Bag of Bones is really good. I have a review on that as well. Pet Sematary, The Shining, Misery, just all those movies are classic, amazing Stephen King. Now, Thinner is definitely one of those for me too. I mean, it's just the concept is amazing to me. You know, I don't know, there's something about it that's so amazing and a classic now in my book. You definitely have to check it out. I'll have a link to it on the Netflix down below. I have not yet read the book. If you want me to read it and then talk about it, I can, but it would be a little while. I take forever to read books. I know some of you have been asking me to do book reviews on here too. I don't read too much, and when I do, I kind of read, I mean, I read horror, but lately I've been in this thing where I've been reading these like The Hunger Games, The Giver. I'm gonna start reading Lovely Bones now, and just those kind of books, kind of drama, sci-fi, fantasy. They're not really sci-fi, but you know, different era in the future type books. So I'll try and do more book reviews as I go along. I have posted, I think, one, The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon by Stephen King, so I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling on right now, so I'm going to let you guys go. Definitely watch Thinner. At least watch the preview. Oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And the fact it's a Stephen King movie is even better because I am obsessed with Stephen King. I mean, when he came on screen on the movie, I was like cheering. I'm like, yeah, that's so awesome. I love Stephen King. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will hopefully be posting. Haven't really decided what I'm going to watch yet for the second movie this week, but I'm going to pre-film it and then I'll post it later in the week, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, something like that, towards the end. So you'll get 2 videos this week. Hopefully that makes up for it. But I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Bye.